This week's episode of From is easily one of the best of the entire series. It is completely stuck in my head. I'm not even sure if what I'm doing right now is a standard review, a lore breakdown, or just me straight up losing my mind over everything this episode just threw at us. Because let's be real, the seductions and the slow burn mysteries are officially over. It is time for action, and action is exactly what we got. Now I know this fandom, we have zero patience. We want the answers, right? And you want them right now. So I'm not gonna make you wait. We are diving straight into the massive reveals first. And then we can talk about some hidden symbolisms and just the recap of everything that happened, right? First up, let's rapid fire the biggest game changers from episode 5. Death is not an escape. Thanks to Marielle, we officially know that the people aren't released when they die. The town actually traps their souls and or memories. The tunnels and the nightmare manifestations. The town is actively turning internal fears into tangible entities. We see this with the cicadas, with the new terrifying scarecrow puppets emerging from the lake. Oh, and every single house is connected to the tunnels. Remember when Jim's wife was digging that hole? Yeah, it makes sense now why the man in yellow was saying, "Your wife shouldn't be digging that hole, Jim." I mean, it makes sense with all the wires going nowhere and how the mystery of electricity and everything, how the town runs, basically. It just starts to make sense when you view it from the lens of how everything is connected and it's running on just supernatural fuses. And then we have supernatural counters. Just like the monsters have the talismans, the scarecrows have a counter too. The scary totems that were put there. So everything in this town has a rule, right? If the monsters have the talismans, the scarecrows have those totems, that must mean that the man in yellow also has a counter. Even if we don't know about it yet, it has to be there. Because judging from the rules of the town and the show, that is the natural progression. How to save the children. It's not about stopping them from dying in the present. I mean, of course they're dead, right? It's a curse. To break it, they have to go directly to where the children were buried. Now from there, I'm not sure what they have to do, whether it's get the bones out of that place, get the belongings of the kids, I'm not sure, but I think they have to set the kids free from the curse. That's how they go home. And then we have Fatima's foreshadowing, right? Fatima basically predicted the return of the monsters, especially Smiley. Which is nice because in the previous video I was talking about where the hell are the monsters. Looks like the From people are listening to the videos, people. They are telling us that the creatures are coming back. They will be back. And then we have Sophia fiddling with the people. She's making major moves, straight up trolling the townsfolk so they turn on each other and tear the community apart from the inside. We see her induce the visions that Marielle has in the clinic. We see her revel at the fact that Randall and Julie are arguing. It brings her joy. She's smiling, right? So she started making her moves, and the next half of this season is going to be spectacular. But here is the kicker that blew my mind. Tabitha and Jade don't get killed by the monsters. They get killed by the people and supposedly the man in yellow. And speaking of Jade, we need to talk about that trip. The central focus of this episode was Jade's massive mushroom trip, guided in quotation marks by Boyd. The brilliant structural twist here is that he never actually left the sheriff's office. The empty colony house and the fact that Acosta wasn't in the cellar were major clues that this was all happening entirely in Jade's head. But the mythology insights we got here change everything, right? The trip uncovers a massive lore bomb. Jade is seeing his past reincarnations, his past versions of himself, right? Including Christopher, the soldier, all of the other guys. Reincarnation is a central theme in From, right? It's a central element. But as the show constantly reminds us, truths in this place come wrapped in painful memories. Jade ends the episode claiming he finally knows how to save the trapped children, but can we trust this knowledge? Or can the townsfolk trust this knowledge, as we see that they are the ones who end up killing Jade because they don't trust him? Where is he getting this knowledge? He must be a part of this. He must be in cahoots with the monsters. Why does he know so much? Right? That is the thoughts that are going to be going through the townsfolk people. And I saw a snippet of the next episode. It's showing Boyd and Jade arguing about it and talking about if they can trust the trip. Right? It's all up in the air. And while we're on Jade being destined to be killed by the townsfolk in every cycle, I'm wondering if that also confirms that Tabitha is destined to be eaten by the man in yellow. Because that's what Miranda went through. And if there's anything we know about From, is that everything works in cycles. If it happened before, it's gonna happen again if they don't change anything. So I'm wondering that because the man in yellow and Tabitha haven't had any interaction so far. But let me know in the comments what you think about that. Amidst all the horror, Henry and Victor completely broke me this week. Henry is emotionally shattered, drinking and singing, leaving on a jet plane to cope with the trauma of losing his family. Seeing Victor reverse their traditional roles to become the strong, protective caretaker, saying, "I'll take care of him," was devastating to me. Victor regrets showing Henry the truth about the man in yellow consuming Miranda because he knows that kind of knowledge destroys people. This pair is the emotional anchor of the show for me because every time I see them on screen, I feel things. I feel for Victor. The guy who is acting as Victor, he's so good at it. He doesn't need to cry. He doesn't need to yell to convey the sadness that he feels, the trauma that he feels. He just speaks and you can tell that this guy has been through it. He is in pain. Right? The fact that he hides his memories in paper and drawings and he doesn't interact with it until the moment comes should tell you everything. That this man is a broken man. He's a broken boy. And he has been a boy for the longest time. He is one of the characters that I feel for the most. And that directly ties into a brilliant meta theme running through From. Right? Knowledge always comes at a cost. For us viewers, that cost is having to wait week to week for answers. And by the way, I love watching new viewers get caught up and absolutely suffer through the wait. Welcome to the party, right? But in a show, think about the running motif of characters losing eyes. It screams Norse mythology, Odin sacrificing an eye to the well of Mimir in exchange for cosmic knowledge. Whether it's the people Jade sees from the past, right, like the soldier doesn't have an eye, or Algin, or even the scarecrows, the town always demands a physical and psychological price for the truth. We also got a deeper look at how this town functions as a living nightmare. It feeds on suffering. It turns fears into puppets. We can see it interacting with the people using radios, the puppets, even the monsters that come out at night somehow know everything that's going on. They know exactly how to poke the townsfolk, right? It's so interesting to see. And look, sometimes we forget the show is pure unadulterated horror because the mysteries are so gripping, but holy hell, the death scene in this episode, shoving a doll's hand down someone's throat so hard it shatters their jaw, breaks their skull, and rips into their body? I was completely shocked. From does not pull its punches, my god. But the pieces are finally coming together. The leaders and the chosen ones are teaming up, sharing knowledge. Jade is with Boyd, Tabitha is with Donna, and the end game is finally taking shape. Did I miss any hidden clues? Drop your theories in the comments below. Right? If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe. But in everything, thank you for giving me your time today. Peace.